In my opinion, The Bear Season 2 is about as close as you can get to peak television. And when you really dig in, there's so much more to it than you probably even realize. Not only am I going to show you the meaning that you might have missed, but we're going to look at the mythology of the story, the psychology of the characters, and break it down like you've never seen before. My name is Kyle J. Shower, and welcome to The Kyle J. Show. The Bear has it all, man. Top tier acting, top tier writing, top tier visuals. I mean, it had 13 Emmy nominations, of which it won 10. However, if you know anything about me and this channel, I don't get too much into the technicalities of a work of art. I'm not a TV show critic, I'm a meaning critic.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I gotta say up front that it's weird trying to break down the meaning of something that's unfinished. I mean, season 3 or the next might really suck and ruin everything that I put together here today. But I'm a man of the moment, and season 2 has a gold mine of meaning alone in itself. So we're just gonna focus where we're currently at in the story and keep our fingers crossed that they don't f it up like, One of the biggest strengths of the show is the brilliance in all its side characters. I love Richie, Sid, Tina, Marcus, the Fax. Oh, and this guy. You remember him?
Kyle! KJ! Busted for having fun.
Why they always gotta do shit like this to my name? It's always a Kyle! As much as I'd love to talk about all these characters, the overarching meaning of the show is really found in the main character, Carmy. And the overarching meaning of season 2 is really found in the finale where Carmy gets stuck in the fridge. Spoiler alert. I guess I should say spoiler alert before I say that sentence.
Obviously.
Whatever, fuck it. To bring some context to everything, let's do a quick recap.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. Locked in a fridge on the opening night of my restaurant. Last season, I came home to Chicago to run my family's hole-in-the-wall mom and pop sandwich shop after the death of my brother, Big Sag. Now, in this season, I'm gonna level up the restaurant and turn it into a fine dining establishment with the hopes of earning a Michelin star. Unc agreed to loan me some money for all this, but I only have 6 months to pay him back. Everybody at our shop is gonna have to step up their game, so I use my connections in the industry to send them off onto their own developmental journeys. Meanwhile, I ran into Claire, this girl I used to be kind of into. She makes me feel good, but also gets me slightly distracted from the restaurant. I'll be honest, I neglected some of my responsibilities like fixing the fridge handle, and it all came to bite me in the ass in the worst moment you could possibly imagine.
Okay, now that we're all caught up, this is gonna be the core focus of today's episode. Carmy getting stuck in the fridge is a moment known as the belly of the whale. The belly of the whale is a part of the hero's journey, also known as the monomyth, originally laid out by Joseph Campbell. Campbell studied stories all across the world and noticed a pattern in the structure of these stories about our heroes. He saw it as some universal unconscious concept, since you could have an ancient story in like Tibet share the same form of an ancient story in like Mexico or something. It's kind of weird how that happens, since there's no evidence they had any kind of communication with each other. Is it the unconscious? Is it aliens? I don't fucking know. But since he's laid it out, people now use it consciously in storytelling all the time. You can see heroes trapped in the belly of the whale today in Pinocchio or the Super Mario Brothers movie. But really, it doesn't have to be a whale. It's just named that because the oldest, most popular story in the Western world with this motif is found in the Bible, when Jonah gets swallowed by a whale. But the Zulus in Africa got a story where 2 children are swallowed by an elephant. The Polynesians have a story where their hero Maui is swallowed by his great-great-grandmother, and even Zeus was swallowed by the Titan Kronos. Today, we've even gotten more abstract with this motif. You can see it in Star Wars when they get trapped in the garbage compactor, or in The Hobbit when Bilbo stumbles into Gollum's cave. And in The Bear, the belly of the whale for our hero Carmy is the fridge. Okay, now that I've given you way more examples of this than you've ever needed, let's talk about its meaning. Symbolically, being trapped in the belly of the whale can be seen as a state of mind. It's the point where you hit a psychological rock bottom. It's hell, but a more abstract, in-your-head kind of hell. At some point in life, we all hit a rock bottom. There's a reason you can see this in stories all across the world since the beginning of time. The belly of the whale represents a significant moment universal to the human experience. And since we're all gonna go through it at some point in our life, it's important that we know how to properly deal with it. So when we get a depiction of this moment as good as what's shown in The Bear, I think it's a decent idea to pay attention. Carmy in the Fridge is a very real and modern take on this concept that shows us a few things about what it means to be in the belly of the whale.
T, I think I did this to myself.
For one, this situation was self-inflicted. The broken fridge handle was brought out throughout the entire season, time and time again.
Fridge handle keeps breaking.
Fridge guy.
No, Tony's the fridge guy.
Yo, come on, fridge guy. Yo.
And every time, Carmy said he got it.
I'll call him back.
Carmy said he was gonna handle it.
I'll do it. No,
Can you just call him?
I'll do it. No, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll do it.
But his distractions got the best of him and he didn't get it. And the self-inflictions continue while he's in there, but we'll get to that a bit later. Next, he's surrounded by the unknown. While in the fridge, he really has no idea what's happening on the opening night of his restaurant. Right before he got stuck, shit was not going well. He was yelling at Sid for food being cold and the orders were piling up.
Refire, just refire.
You were out there
Refire.
talking to whoever,
Sid,
so I'm trying to work
refire
on
the
it and
sets.
do-
They've been sitting here for
Hey,
ever.
whoa,
Refire.
Watch it, dude.
And in the unknown, he has no choice but to sit there hopelessly with his thoughts about the potential failure of one of the biggest nights of his life. Which leads me to my last point. Carmy has been consumed by madness. He was already kind of losing it before he got stuck. Bro was actually hallucinating. But once the door locked behind him, it was over. Look at him, banging on the wall, screaming at the wall, going to the darkest places within himself.
You're terrible at this. You're no good at it.
Even after Tina comes to let him know that everything's good, he's so in his head that he starts ranting about the most random shit.
And there's art that's fucking shit.
This last point really shows us that Carmy's not just stuck in the fridge. He's stuck in his head. All three of these points offer a lot of insight into what it means to be stuck in the belly of the whale. But in this last point, we get really close to seeing the meaning behind the entirety of this show. And to get there, we gotta go back a little bit. Back to episode 6, or in the Bear universe, back 5 years to the family Christmas dinner, where we get to meet the matriarch herself, Donna Bearzado. Episode 6 of The Bear is gonna be a Christmas staple in my household. My children will grow up watching these traumatic events because trauma builds character. I'm kidding. Kind of. But for real, this episode was an immediate classic. Everyone they brought in was awesome. Johnny Bernthal, Bob Odenkirk, Sarah Paulson, John Mulaney, Jillian Jacobs. But the standout performance and one of the best guest performances I've ever seen was Jamie Lee Curtis as Donna Bearzado. As good as it was, thank God it was just a guest performance because I don't know if I could handle watching that every episode. You ever meet somebody's family and think, that's why you are the way you are? Well, for the Bearzado family, meeting Donna really put things into perspective for our main character, Carmy. With no father around, Donna is the sole matriarch of the Bearzado household, and as stated by Natalie at the beginning of the episode, she is the mother of victory.
Our mother of victory.
Pray for us.
We see a lot of Catholic references in the show, and the Mother of Victory in Catholicism is just another name for the Virgin Mary. While it's said very sarcastically, it sets the tone for Donna's, let's call it, mythical nature. She holds many attributes of our classic idea of Mother Nature. She's the source that birthed them and gave them life. She nourishes them. She makes things beautiful.
This is beautiful.
But like nature itself, there's a duality that also holds a dark side. Funny enough, in the middle of the episode, they have a discussion about this duality while talking about bears, the actual animal.
And did you know that bears are kind and sensitive and devoted and also altruistic and empathetic and very commonly known to be adept at grieving?
It is important to note that bears are incredibly aggressive.
I think it's fair to say that this discussion on bears is a symbol for the spirit of the Bearzado family. Within each one of them is this bear that has a daimonic potential, a potential for benefit or harm. To learn more about the daimonic, check out my video on Doja Cat. Empathetic characters like Natalie or Michelle show us the beneficial side of this internal bear. But inside Donna is the most feared, dangerous and aggressive bear in the wild, the mama bear. In this episode, she wholly embodies the negative side of nature and the harm that bears are really capable of. Symbolically, she can be likened to the devil himself. She's an angry, abusive, alcoholic, delusional tyrant, and nobody gets the worst of it more than her children.
I'm just gonna go upstairs and get Dad's gun out of my drawer, and I think I'm just gonna blow my f***ing brains out, and then you guys can make dinner, because I don't think anyone would f***ing miss me.
No,
yes, you can.
Mom,
You
you're
can
good,
finish
you're good,
dinner.
you're okay,
You won't
you're
even
okay,
miss me.
you're okay.
To hear that from your own mom is wild. If Donna is the devil, then hell is Donna's kitchen. It's her dominion that she rules over with no mercy.
Move the f***ing
I mean, look at it. This is absolute chaos. Food and shit is everywhere. It's disgusting. Everyone who steps foot inside is terrorized.
won't
Donna,
eat.
and Steve, you need to
F***ing asshole! Get the f*** out!
And as the episode goes on, she gets more and more unhinged. She's clearly got some mental stuff going on, but her last moments in the kitchen with Carmy really highlight how deeply unwell she is. Watch how she goes through these intense emotional swings in the matter of seconds.
Nobody out there gives a shit about me.
That's not true. We all love you so much.
Go sit. Do we have a problem?
That performance is crazy, so good. But in the show, it's bad, because all of this leads to the dinner scene where Donna shows us the darkest potential of this internal bear. After Natalie asks the forbidden question,
You okay?
Oh my God. Oh. You had one job.
Donna goes into a drunken rage, starts throwing shit, and ends up driving her car through the wall of their home. And she's laughing. Donna has been consumed by madness. She is in the belly of the whale. Now, of course, in real life, everyone is susceptible to losing their shit and spiraling into the belly of the whale. But in this show, this is a very specific madness. It's a violent and destructive madness that comes from the bear that lives within each member of this family. I didn't even get to talk much about Mikey and all his issues, but you can clearly see that the madness resides in him as well.
Don't throw forks at people.
It seems to feed on one another when they're in close proximity to each other. For instance, the intense showdown between Mikey and Lee at the dinner table was kind of calming down. But right after Donna has her crazy episode and storms out of the room, the madness takes hold of Mikey as well, and he ends up throwing the damn fork.
You piece of shit!
This madness appears to feed off those around it, and that puts Carmy in a dangerous position.
You gotta get out of here.
When he comes back home to run his family's restaurant in season 1, he's walking into something much larger than just a sandwich shop. Here we can finally see the real meaning behind this show. It's not just a drama about a guy doing what it takes to build his restaurant and achieve the capitalist American dream. This is a show about psychological warfare. This is a story about a battle between a man and the madness that resides within his family. In the opening shot of the pilot, we watch Carmy enter the city of Chicago, walk up to a cage with a live bear in it, and set it free. This is his internal bear. It's out of its cage, and he's back in his hometown, closer to the madness than ever, leaving us with one unanswered question. What kind of bear will Carmy become? Is Carmy becoming Donna? Maybe. I mean, he might get there if he doesn't get his shit together.
Well, then get your shit together. Get it all together and put it in a backpack. All your shit!
And most of season 2, we watched everyone get their shit together, except Carmy. And at the very end, he ends up in the belly of the whale just like his mother. However, that's not the only thing they have in common. Donna Berzotto at the family Christmas dinner parallels where Carmy is currently at in life in more ways than one. For starters, cooking is the poison they've each chosen to take in life. They both do it, pour their heart and every ounce of effort they have into it, but neither one really seems to enjoy it all that much.
It's just not fun for me. Zero amusement or enjoyment.
And to go even further, they're each the head chefs of their respective kitchens, and there's even a degree of resemblance in the way that they run things.
Find them, God damn it, Tina!
I think it's fair to say that Carmy recognizes the way he's similar to his mother, and it terrifies him. Honestly, it seems throughout the entire show that Carmy is trying to right the wrongs of his mother.
Summoning Sigmund Freud.
He just wants to have sex with his mom!
Or not. I don't know, Freud might have been wrong on that one. Okay, anyways, all of Carmy's actions that we've seen could be interpreted as a response from the trauma he experienced with his mother. Since we've known him, Carmy's motivation has always been to turn the family restaurant into something great. This is what has driven him to work as hard as he has and become the incredible chef that he is. He's so good that at this point he could work at any restaurant in the world. But he chose to come home to this. The sandwich shop is a dump, messy, chaos, and where have we seen something like this before? Donna's kitchen, aka the hell that he was raised in. This is not about fixing up a restaurant, this is about fixing his f***ed up family. And you know this already, because he said it in season 1.
And I think it's very clear that me trying to fix the restaurant was me trying to fix whatever was happening with my brother. And I don't know, maybe fix the whole family.
To cope with his trauma, he turned the restaurant into a symbol for his very own family. And in season 2, he finally gets the opportunity to accomplish this by taking the restaurant and turning it into something beautiful. At the core of it all, Carmy's motivation parallels that of Donna. They both want to make things beautiful. This pursuit to make the restaurant beautiful puts all kinds of additional pressure on Carmy to find success. It's not just the difficult goal of attaining a Michelin star or paying back the loan from his uncle in time. The success of this restaurant is the path Carmy believes he must take in order to defeat the madness of the Berzotto family. This methodology is pretty questionable if you ask me, but I gotta give him some credit. In doing what it takes to level up the quality of this restaurant, he wields the beneficial power of his internal bear and helps each member of the team better themselves. On the opening night, they all had improved so much that once he was taken out of the picture, they managed to step it up and find success. His plan was actually working until he ran into one problem. Himself! The very path he thought would save him from his mother's madness led him right back to it. He gets consumed, and we watch as he repeats the same self-destructive behaviors we saw in Donna. And also, just in case you missed it, notice what dish Carmy is yelling at Sid about right before he goes into the fridge.
What the f***? How long he's been here?
Those are 7 fishes.
It's tradition that he's gay?
No!
with 7 fishes.
The parallels don't stop. When Carmy is consumed by the madness, his self-infliction escalates. As he's in the fridge ranting to Tina,
And there's art that's f***ing shit.
he starts going off about his relationship with Claire.
Right? What the f*** was I thinking? Like I was gonna be in a relationship? I am the best because I didn't have any of this f***ing bullshit.
He's convinced that this relationship and his desire to have something or someone good in his life is the reason why he's failed.
I don't need to receive any amusement or enjoyment. I'm completely fine with that. Because no amount of good is worth how terrible this feels.
Okay, bro, relax. This isn't Macbeth, buddy. After this monologue, right when you think he couldn't get any lower, it's revealed that his girlfriend Claire was on the other side of the fridge listening the whole time. Honestly, it's a little sus that Tina and Claire switched places and didn't say anything, but whatever. She goes off crying and she runs into Richie.
This was so beautiful.
Richie is heated, confronts Carmy, and this is where things get really ugly.
Shut the f*** up and get me the f*** out of here, please.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you the f*** out of there, Donna.
Did you just say?
Wait, what did he say?
What the f*** did you just say?
Did he say what I think he said?
Richie, what the f*** did you say?
Donna? Now, at this point, if you have any doubts about my mother-son analysis, come on. Carmy just couldn't let the night be beautiful. But this is exactly his issue.
Yo, cousin, I don't understand why you can't just let something good happen for once in your life.
And if Carmy keeps working within this current frame of mind, in 30 years from now, he's probably gonna end up looking a little bit like this.
I make things beautiful for them. And no one makes things beautiful for me.
In both Carmy and Donna, we see the same problem. They push away the people closest to them, don't let good things into their life, and each time they're about to get the very thing they desire, the madness takes over and it's like they get stuck. Donna's stuck in the car, Carmy's stuck in the fridge. Earlier, we looked at what it means to be stuck in the belly of the whale through the ways it's self-inflicted. One is surrounded by the unknown and consumed by madness. However, our analysis was viewed exclusively between Carmy and the literal work done on the restaurant. Now that we have more context and understanding to what this all really means to him, we can go back and break it down for its symbolic psychological significance. This moment is self-inflicted because it was his own faulty perspectives, thought processes, and methods that got him here. Everything we've seen him do was in pursuit of this idea that through fixing the restaurant, he could finally fix his family and himself. But this way of dealing with his trauma didn't lead him to any kind of special healing or transformation. It led him to the heart of the very thing he's trying to save himself from. He's surrounded by the unknown because his entire worldview has been swept out from beneath his feet. The night ended up being beautiful, but the result is that it didn't end up saving him or his family like he thought it would. The path he's chosen to take has failed, and there's no longer any clear path or direction for him to take. In the end, all of this leads to Carmy being consumed by the madness of the bear within himself. In this battle, the madness has won and Carmy has lost. At the end of season 2, we're left with the tragic ending to our hero's story arc. But the true meaning of this moment will be determined by what he chooses to make of it. In the stories we tell, and even in our very own lives, the belly of the whale plays a significant role in determining who we become. For some, it's a wake-up call. They take the moment to reflect on the ways that they've erred and come out on the other side transformed into a new, improved version of themselves. This is how the hero's journey that we all know and love typically plays out. And it's been told like this for thousands of years in hopes that we could learn how to deal with it the same way in our own lives. Realistically, though, not everyone's journey looks like this. We already know that Mikey's story has a tragic ending, and I wouldn't be surprised if it's the belly of the whale that took him. But it doesn't have to be a literal death. Sometimes the experience is so tough that it's something we're just not able to mentally recover from. People experience awful events all the time that lead them into a life filled with nothing but bitterness, anger, or revenge. Or even worse, they can develop something like an anxiety disorder, long-term depression, or some other mental illness. Some people get stuck and never get out. Donna unfortunately seems like one of those people. She let the madness consume her, and she brought the hell that she was dealing with inside into the spaces and lives of everyone around her. In the upcoming season, I'll be interested to see what Carmy makes of this moment. Will he become more like Donna and give in to the madness? Or will he learn from his mistakes, have the courage to face his trauma for what it is, and become a hero that we can all look up to and learn from? As we watch and find out, we can participate in this story and flip the meaning back onto ourselves. If Carmy's journey is a question of becoming, then the question for us is, what kind of person will you become? Thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you heard today, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.